Awesome, Julie. Thanks. Hey, thanks so much for joining me today. Again, we just want to spotlight a few of the different ministries and nonprofits and small businesses in our community. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Would you tell us a little bit about the community house and what's happening there and your role?
Sure, happy to do that. Thank you, Paul. Well, I'm Julie Reinert. I'm the Community Relations Director. Community House on Broadway has been a clean and sober homeless recovery center since 1988. And I can give you a few numbers to put things in perspective. We took care of 582 people last year in our homeless shelter. And the people who come to us are in trauma, and it takes courage. They know that change will need to happen for them to have a hopeful, peaceful future. And we provide meals, we provide emergency clothing and personal items.
Hmm.
But most importantly, we give them a safe place where we can address all the issues that cause their homelessness. So
Hmm.
that includes mental health services, substance use disorder services, and supported employment, housing. We want them to thrive again and give them some hope.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. And how long have you been working there?
Oh, I'm new. I
Yeah.
came in last August. Yes.
Okay. All
But I've
right.
been a fan of the organization for many, many years. Very,
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I could tell right away when we started hanging out last fall and got to know you and the community house a little better. I could tell that, I mean, it was just like a natural fit. So we're like, I'm excited that you're working there. So
thank you.
yeah. Hey, can you tell us a little bit about how the COVID-19 has disrupted day-to-day operations and there at the community house?
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes it feels like everything is the same as it was, but it's really not. People are very fearful. And generally, it feels that way wherever we go. People are talking about COVID. So the biggest impact was responding to needs and these fears and giving some comfort and keeping people top of mind when it comes to sanitizing, social distance. We've got a lot of children with us right now, especially because the school is closed. There's more trauma,
Okay.
and we're
Yeah.
seeing more single moms with children. Last week, we had 3 babies born to our
Oh,
single women residents, and they are safe with us.
that's so great.
Yes.
Cool.
And we are working with a closed dining room, which is where they engaged with each other and had social time and supported each other. They missed that. We
Okay, what
closed
did you
our,
say? That's the dining room's closed?
yes, the dining room is closed.
Okay, so how did they get their food?
We cook it and serve it up from the kitchen. So they come to the long tables where it's sort of a buffet style, but we
Right.
serve them. And that part hasn't changed, but they have to stand 6 feet apart. It takes longer.
Yeah, yeah.
They have to take their meals to their rooms and eat alone.
Ah, what a
Yes.
drag. Yeah.
The first couple of weeks, we tried asking our residents to serve each other. So they would take plates of food on trays to the different rooms and give it to each other. And we had 18 residents raise their hands immediately, say, I want to do that. I want to help. And that was a beautiful thing, but it didn't work real well because it's hard to carry meals upstairs on a platter.
Right, right.
Everybody felt like they wanted to take care of themselves.
Okay.
Everyone's cooperating and getting along. And this is it despite the fact that we had to close our common areas,
Okay.
our our lobby,
Okay.
and it's difficult for counseling.
Hmm.
And there are many things that we always did face to face that are different. And it takes more staff time.
Hmm.
We have many very loyal volunteers who've cooked meals for us for years who are staying home.
Hmm. Okay.
They're staying safe at home like they're supposed to. And we want to be very supportive of that. Some are delivering food, some are making cash donations so that we can buy food, but they care very much. Our community cares
Mm.
about the homeless, getting them stable, and providing meals, especially for these children.
Okay. How many kids are at the community house right now?
Right now, I'm sorry, I don't have an up-to-date number. It does vary. We
Yeah.
always plan for about 30.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, we could probably talk for an hour about all the different ways it's disrupted, and I really appreciate you kind of just briefing us on a few of the things.
Mhm.
Can you tell us like one of the great things that's happened during this time?
I can. Thank you for asking me to do that. We are giving our residents more attention, and this includes, especially for some children, multiple contacts per day about how they're doing. We're seeing an increase in suicidal tendencies among teenagers
Huh.
and people who are homeless for the first time, and especially single moms with 2 or more children. And we are able to give them the attention that they need and teach them a little bit about technology so that they can participate in remote counseling. But there's another advantage that I hadn't thought much about, but sometimes there are distractions during counseling when it's remote, but the counselor can see that and begin to watch those relationships and how they interact and be even more supportive.
Ah,
And our counselors who were in the school-based program with Core Health, our sister nonprofit,
okay.
are now not in the schools. And they are pitching in to help with the families at Community House.
Okay. All right.
And it is taking more time. There's much greater expense, but we're seeing our residents embracing this, and they can go to a group counseling on a big screen, and they're sitting 6 feet apart, so they can still do that.
Okay.
And it's the counselor that they've known, they're
Yeah.
already familiar with. There's a comfort there that is really rewarding.
Good. I'm glad to hear that you've been able to adapt and learn how to give that face-to-face time as best as you can. I think we're all learning how to use technology real fast, real quickly, and how to use it to our advantage. But interesting that you're able to kind of give a little bit more attention in a different way and see
Yes.
things that you may not have seen before, just because of who's in the call and
Mm-hmm.
how they interact on the call. So
Mm-hmm.
those video calls. Well, okay. So what are some of your like real time needs this week, right now? What's going on? And if somebody wanted to help out, how can they contact you? How can they help?
I can absolutely help with that too. Thank you for asking. Uh, we struggle with fewer volunteers right now, and volunteers have a huge impact. We could not do our work without volunteers. We understand that people may need to stay at home, they may choose to stay at home, but our dining room's open, or not our dining room, I'm sorry, our kitchen's open.
Okay.
So we welcome volunteers to come in and cook, which reduces staff expense.
Okay.
And there are many ways to do that. You could choose to support our meal program and write a check, make a financial contribution so that we could purchase the food or
Okay.
help with our expenses.
Yeah.
Or you could contact me and I can give you the phone number. That's probably the easiest way to start. And that's 360-747-1394. And we could talk about what it would mean to volunteer at mealtime.
Okay.
It could involve cooking and putting the food on the plate, and departing before the residents come to receive the food, or it could include serving it to the residents and then they go up to their rooms,
Okay.
or it could be some other manner of helping around food. But that is the biggest need right now as far as volunteerism.
Yeah.
And sadly, we were not able to hold our annual fundraiser, which last year raised $130,000. And we hope to reschedule it when it's safe to do so. But cash is needed, especially during spring and summer. And that's why we held our annual fundraising dinner in the early spring, because these are the months we tend to have greater expenses anyway. And of course, it's wonderful to bring the community together for an event,
All
a
right.
dinner, and to
Yeah.
hear great stories.
Yeah.
And
Totally
we
agree.
hope to do that, but we do need financial contributions to sustain our operations and to continue to work toward the great outcomes that we're seeing. And I can share some of those with you as well. And checks can be mailed to Community House
Okay.
at P.O. Box 403, Longview.
Okay.
Some people choose to visit us and maybe deliver a check personally at the front door, and that's always possible as well.
Okay. Great.
Also give online,
Okay.
which is totally safe. The website is choblv.org. That stands for Community House on Broadway, Longview.
All right.
Okay.
I got it. Got it. Awesome. Those are great. Well, we'll
We have
definitely
good
be.
outcomes too,
What's that?
if you want to hear some more.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, we were very blessed by some large donations. So the Community Foundation for Southwest Washington gave us $20,000
All right.
for COVID impact, and the
Nice.
United Way gave us $500. And we're finding that our supporters are very giving right now. They're calling to ask how we're doing and what we need.
Good. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
glad to hear that part.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to share that. And we have found jobs for quite a few of our residents over the last couple of weeks.
Cool. That's great.
Yes.
It's good. Julie, you guys are doing some good work. Not just good work, like fantastic work in our community. And again, I'm so glad that you joined the team. And I mean, you've been a champion of the community house for a long time, and now you're part of their team. So yeah, it's just a privilege to know you and what you're doing over there. And thanks for kind of giving us a real-time update with
Thank
the
you.
community house. And so yeah, we at Rivertown, we're always trying to figure out ways that we can just care for people and let people know what's going on, and people want to know what's going on. So this is just another avenue that we can do that, and how we can care for you guys and for our community and support you. And so thanks for taking the time to hang out with me this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it too. And
Yeah,
you know
of
who's
course.
working the hardest is our residents. They're working hard to change their lives.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you for giving them that opportunity to do
Thank
so.
you. It's an
Uh-huh.
honor.
Yeah, likewise. All right. Thanks again, Julie. We appreciate you and the team at the community house and what you're doing for the residents there.
Appreciate you too. Take
Okay.
care.
All right. Bye-bye.